Today on the island of Sodor, we will be following Thomas on his worldwide journey in different places around the world, where he will meet new friends and learn new things. Ever since Thomas arrived on the island of Sodor, he had always wanted to see the world. And today, that wish came true. One day, all the engines were gathered at Timothy's sheds for Sir Topham Hatt's important announcement. Nobody knew what was happening.
I am to open a worldwide artifacts museum at Apford. I will be sending an engine to go around the world to collect all the artifacts and bring them back to Sodor.
All the engines hoped they would get picked.
I will be sending Thomas, because you are my number one engine, and you are the most known engine worldwide. Can I trust you with this responsibility, Thomas?
Thomas thought his boiler would burst. His wish had finally come true.
I would love to, sir.
All the engines were happy for Thomas to embark on such a journey.
Sir, while I'm gone, who will take care of my branch line?
Oh, don't worry about that. It's all covered. I'll have Ryan take over.
Thomas was glad to hear Ryan was taking over. After all, he did take over his branch line before.
It's best you get going, Thomas. Cranky and the ship are waiting for you at the docks.
Yes, sir,
said Thomas as he puffed away. All the engines blew their whistles and wished him a safe trip. Before Thomas was due to leave, he was taking on lots of water at the water tower. Just then, Percy puffed alongside him. He looked sad.
What's wrong, Percy?
I'm really going to miss you, Thomas. I don't know how long I can go without my best friend.
Don't worry, Percy. I'll be back here in a blink of an eye, and then we can go play our favourite games like hide and peep.
Percy did feel a little better.
If you say so, Thomas, then I believe you. I wish you luck on your worldwide journey.
And he puffed away to the docks. Thomas was very proud and happy to be trusted with such a big responsibility. But more importantly, Thomas's wish had finally come true. Thomas arrived at his first stop in Senegal. He was being unloaded at Dakar docks. He couldn't wait to discover old artifacts. But first, he had to help deliver a long train to Dar es Salaam. When Thomas coupled up, he met a lovely orange engine.
Hello, you must be Thomas. I'm Nia. I am to help you to take this train to Dar es Salaam.
Appreciate the offer, Nia, but I think I can do it on my own.
But Thomas, these African tracks are much different. You will get lost.
I'm sure I will find my way.
You could even bump into an animal.
Please, Nia, I always deal with animals on the tracks.
Not like these ones, Thomas. Let a local like me show you the way.
I'll do fine, thank you, goodbye.
Wait! Thomas!
But it was too late. Thomas had already pulled away. Thomas was passing through the beautiful hot Serengeti. He was having a wonderful journey.
I think I can get this load on time,
said Thomas. Thomas was going well, but he had to go up and down big hills. He was getting tired. He didn't know where he was going. It was longer than he expected, and he was starting to second guess his choices. He wished he asked Nia to come with him. Then there was trouble. There was an elephant on the track. He didn't know how to move it. He knew he couldn't stop in time. He tried to apply his brakes, but his trucks pushed him off the tracks and derailed him.
Oh, no What do I do now? Oh, I wish I let Nia help me.
Nia had already arrived at Dar es Salaam. She had been waiting a long time for Thomas. She started to worry, so she puffed away to look for him.
There he is!
Oh, Nia, thank goodness you're here. I'm so sorry for not listening to your advice. I thought I knew better, but I didn't. Could you help me get to Dar es Salaam?
I'll be delighted to help,
said Nia. And when Nia pulled Thomas back on the tracks, she coupled to the front of Thomas and Nia led the way. Thomas and Nia had a fun journey, and in no time at all, Thomas and Nia arrived at Dar es Salaam.
Thank you, Nia. I couldn't have done it without you.
You're welcome. And I wish you luck on collecting your artifacts. I know there are a lot here in Africa.
Maybe. Did you want to come with me and help this time?
Nia laughed.
Of course, Thomas. You should know that you should always trust the locals.
Thomas had soon arrived in Australia. He had found lots of artifacts in Africa. One day, Thomas was taking passengers from Adelaide to Darwin. But just as he was leaving, he heard a strange sound. Thomas had never heard it before.
What is that weird noise?
Said Thomas. He went through forests, but none of the animals were making that peculiar sound he heard back at the station. When Thomas arrived in Alice Springs, he heard another sound. It was Shane.
Good day, Thomas.
Sorry, Shane. No time to talk. I have to find out what that weird sound is.
Shane was confused.
Weird sound? What weird sound?
When Thomas arrived at the shed, he told Shane about the sound.
I heard it at the station and went like,
Oh, Thomas, you must be talking about the mosquitoes. They're always around in the summer. They can be really irritating.
But Thomas wasn't convinced. The next morning, Thomas was at Adelaide Station again. He heard the same noise a second time. This time, he could see what it was. It was a man blowing a long funnel-looking object.
Hello, sir. What are you holding over there?
Oh, this is a didgeridoo. It was an ancient Australian instrument. We love to play it.
Ancient?
Thomas asked.
I've heard about the museum on Sodor. I've actually been meaning to donate this didgeridoo to it.
You mean it?
Asked Thomas hopefully.
Oh, sure, take it. It's a historic piece. It will go great in the museum.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Said Thomas. The didgeridoo was safely placed in Thomas's cab and he puffed away. That night, Thomas told Shane about everything.
Turns out that strange sound was called a didgeridoo.
Oh, the didgeridoo, the classic Australian instrument. Us Aussies love to hear the sound of it.
Thomas grew a liking to the didgeridoo. He didn't think it was weird anymore. He thought it sounded very Australian and very beautiful. Thomas had an exciting job in Brazil. Football players from Sodor were to come to Brazil to compete in a game. Football was very popular in Brazil.
Oh boy, I can't wait for the match. I hope Sodor wins. I have to collect the players from the next station now,
said Thomas.
Brazil could win any football match any day. We are surely better than Sodor.
That's not true.
Then let's have a race to the next station where the players are. Whoever wins, the team is better.
You're on. Ready, steady, go!
Thomas and Raoul raced out of the docks. They raced around bends and steamed through tunnels until they arrived at their destination.
Oh, that was unfair. It was a draw,
complained Raoul.
When the players hop on board, we can have another race to the football pitch.
And when the whistle blew, Thomas and Raoul raced out of the station. but they were in so much of a hurry they left the referee behind. They both went as fast as they could till they arrived at the football pitch.
Another draw?
Complained Raoul.
It's too late now to do another race. The game's about to begin.
Where's the referee? Yelled a voice. We can't start the game without him!
Oh no!
Exclaimed Thomas.
We were in so much of a hurry that we forgot the referee. I must puff back quickly to the station and pick him up.
And he did. Thomas went as fast as he could, even faster than before. Thomas sighed with relief when he found the referee still at the station.
I'm very sorry I left you behind. You see, me and my friend were racing to see which team was better.
You shouldn't be racing with each other. You should work together, and maybe this wouldn't have happened. Work with each other, not against each other.
When the referee climbed aboard, Thomas knew he was right. Thomas puffed back to the football pitch. Everyone cheered when he arrived. We can finally start the game! They yelled.
Hey Thomas, I just wanted to apologize for rushing you. I didn't wish you would have made work together.
And they both agreed. That night, when the game had finished, Raoul and Thomas worked together to take the players back home. Raoul took the Brazilian players back to the station, and Thomas took the Sodor players back to their ship. When Raoul and Thomas were in the sheds, Raoul spoke first.
Thomas, don't you think we got a lot more done when we work together?
I totally agree, Raoul. It's better when we work towards the same goal.
Thomas had arrived in Belgium. He was puffing through the Belgian countryside to meet Axel at the station.
Bonjour, Thomas.
Oh, bonjour, Axel,
Said Thomas.
Where are you going?
I am taking these passengers up to the mountain station.
I'll be going there too, to deliver some supplies. It's a very beautiful mountain. I can't wait to explore it.
Hold your huff there, Thomas.
Said the station master out of nowhere.
You will not be able to reach the top of this hill, especially with that long load. You must take the long way.
Thomas was upset.
This is my first time in Belgium. I really wanted to see the beautiful view.
Lucky for me, I am a big engine.
But little engines can do big things.
I don't think that's possible today, Thomas. Oh, that's the whistle. I best be going up. See you later, Thomas.
Thomas was disappointed. He really wanted to experience riding on that beautiful mountain. Axel was having a wonderful time. He was enjoying the view and the peace and quiet. It wasn't long until Axel arrived at the station. As he started to puff back down, he started to feel bad for Thomas.
Thomas would have loved to see this, if only there was a way.
And by the time Axel got to the bottom of the mountain, he had an idea.
Hello, Axel. How did you like the mountains?
Asked Thomas.
They were very beautiful. Would you like to come and see them?
But how? I won't be able to make it to the top.
Maybe you can't, but I can show you anyway.
Axel buffered up to the back of Thomas's train, and they were both off and away. Thomas thought this was a great idea. Axel and Thomas were working hard to get to the top.
Whoa, Axel! Belgium is beautiful!
And it wasn't long till the pair arrived at the station.
We did it! Thank you, Axel!
Ah, Thomas, the pleasure was all mine.
That night, Thomas said his goodbyes to Belgium. He couldn't wait to arrive at his next stop in Germany. Thomas had arrived in Cologne, Germany. He was to meet Frieda at the yard. Frieda had to come all the way from her hometown of Berlin to welcome Thomas, and she was not happy about it. She didn't like going where she wasn't known that well. She was a grumpy engine who never liked to smile.
Hi, Frida. I believe I have to take some passengers to the next station.
Hurry up, Thomas. I don't have time for this. Grab your coaches and let's go.
Thomas was surprised.
How rude,
he puffed to himself. Thomas and Frida were puffing along the German countryside.
Frida, why are you so upset?
It is none of your concern, Thomas. Just worry about yourself.
Thomas felt insulted. Soon, Thomas and Frida arrived at the station. But when they arrived, everyone was cheering for Thomas. They had heard about his worldwide journey. "Hooray for Thomas!" said one person. "Good luck, Thomas!" said another.
Thomas may be a visitor, but he's not even from this country like me.
"So, Thomas, how is the worldwide journey going?" said one man. This made Frida so grumpy, she stormed away. As Thomas and Frida were puffing to the next station, Thomas was talking to Frida.
Frida, why are you so upset?
You aren't even from here, Thomas. I don't understand why they're so happy to see you, not a grand German engine like me.
When they puffed to the next station, it was Thomas who got all the attention again. Frida had enough. This made her so cross that she fumed out of the station again. But then there was trouble. Frida was so distracted that she didn't see where she was going. Frida turned into a siding and crashed through a pair of buffers.
Oh no!
Frida cried. Thomas puffed up to her and gasped.
Frida, what is going on with you?
Frida sighed.
I had to come all the way from my hometown of Berlin to welcome you, and I'm stuck working here. And I don't like being in another town where people don't know me. It makes me upset.
Thomas felt a little bad for Frida. Thomas soon pulled Frida back onto the tracks, and they puffed off to the sheds. That night, when Thomas and Frida were in the sheds, Thomas thought of an idea.
Well, I have some spare time tomorrow before I'm due to leave for my next country. How about I accompany you on your journey back to your hometown? I would love to see where you're from.
And for the first time, Thomas had seen Frida smile.
That would be lovely, Thomas. I would love for you to see all the beautiful sights of Berlin, and it would be my pleasure to be your guide.
Early the following morning, Thomas and Frida embarked on their journey to Berlin. When they arrived at the Berlin station, everyone was cheering for Thomas and for Frida. Her hometown was so happy to see her back with a beaming smile on her face. "Frida, why such a big smile?" asked one person.
I am very happy to be back in my hometown with my new friend Thomas.
And they both smiled. Thomas had an exciting job in Italy. Italy was beautiful, or as Gina likes to say,
Italy is bellissima!
Beautiful beaches and so many old and historic buildings. One day, Thomas and Gina were at Rome Station. Gina had to take passengers to the Colosseum. Thomas was going there too. Esther had discovered something very special and Thomas needed to pick it up, although he didn't know what it was yet.
I don't mean to be rude, but why do people want to visit half-made buildings?
It's not half-built, Thomas. The Colosseum is a historic landmark. Tourists love coming to see it.
As Gina and Thomas were puffing along the track, she explained more about it.
It was built over 1,000 years ago. The great emperor would hold gladiator battles and chariot races in front of cheering crowds.
Thomas was interested. Gina and Thomas soon arrived at the Colosseum. Thomas had met an excavator he had never seen before.
Ciao, Thomas. I'm Esther. I've heard all about you. I've just discovered this old gladiator helmet from 1,000 years ago. Mia told me to ask you to bring it to the Museum of Archaeology as soon as possible.
Thomas was amazed.
I'd be delighted to.
Why don't I come with you, Thomas? You are not familiar with these twisty tracks, and you could end up like the lost engine.
Who's the lost engine?
Oh, nothing. He was just a very curious engine who got lost because he didn't know the way back to his destination.
Oh, I remember him too. He was a large dark blue engine with his cheery little orange coach. Until this day, he still can't be found.
Well, I'm sure I'll be fine. Goodbye now.
Thomas was on his way to the museum. There were lots of twisty tracks.
Ugh, no wonder the engine got lost with all these twisty tracks.
And then it happened. Thomas took the wrong turn and ended up heading to an abandoned mine.
Have you seen Thomas? He was meant to be here by now.
I offered to help him get here, but he refused. I think it's best that I go look for him.
Where am I?
Thomas was in a very old mine. It was very dark. His whistle echoed through the mine. Suddenly, Thomas heard a voice.
Hello?
Thomas was surprised. He slowly puffed down the mine, and just as he got to the end, he gasped.
Oh my! You're the lost engine!
Lost engine? What are you talking about? My name is Lorenzo, and this is my coach Pepe. A long time ago, I took a wrong turn, you see, and I ended up here with no coal. Please rescue us.
Definitely! I can't wait till Gina sees this!
The driver coupled Thomas to Lorenzo, and they puffed out of the mine.
Thomas, there you are! Who is that engine?
Oh, Gina, thank goodness you're here. I'm sorry for not listening to your advice. As I was going to the museum, I took a wrong turn and ended up in the mine. I met Lorenzo, the lost engine. You know, the one you always talk about.
Thomas, you have discovered the lost engine! We thought Lorenzo would never be found. We must spread the news!
The news spread quickly. Everyone gathered at the museum to thank Thomas.
Thomas, you are a very special engine and a hero!
Thomas liked being called a hero.
And on behalf of the whole railway, it is with our pleasure to donate this to the museum on your railway.
An ancient gladiator helmet. Thank you, Mia. I'm definitely going to remember this moment forever.
Thomas had arrived in Russia. He couldn't wait to rest his wheels in the shed. But when he arrived, he met a diesel engine named Ivan.
Bust my buffers! I'm so tired. I came all the way from Italy to visit here, and now I have to pick up some passengers from the station.
Ha! Steamies can't even handle a long journey. Us diesels in Russia never stop working.
Thomas felt insulted.
I have been taking long journeys around the world, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to leave now.
And Thomas left the shed. So did Ivan. As Thomas and Ivan were puffing to the station, Ivan was showing off.
Listen to my wonderful horn, Thomas! And look at how smooth I go!
Thomas was very annoyed with Ivan. Thomas had soon collected the passengers at the station, and they puffed away. The snow started to fall, and the tracks were very icy. Thomas was fierce, and he pushed through. Thomas and Ivan soon saw a little black engine up the line. He needed help.
I can't get through the snowstorm with this heavy load. Could one of you please push me through the station? It's getting very cold.
Of course,
said Thomas. So Thomas buffered up to the back of the engine's train.
Ha! Is it that hard to go through the snow? Just watch how a superior diesel like me does it.
But then there was trouble. Ivan sped off. He tried to slow down, but he couldn't. The tracks were way too icy. Ivan saw a pile of snow. He knew he couldn't stop in time. And with one last puff, Ivan crashed through the snowdrift. Worse was to come. Ivan had run out of diesel fuel. When Thomas and the black engine puffed up beside him, they couldn't help but laugh.
Well, Ivan, who is a superior diesel now?
Just please pull me out of here and take me to the fueling depot down the track to fill up.
Thomas chose to oblige. He was ready to prove to Ivan how strong a steam he could be. Thomas and the black engine coupled to Ivan, and the strange train set off. Thomas delivered the black engine to the station.
Thank you very much, Thomas. You've proven to Ivan how strong our steam engines can be.
And then Thomas shunted Ivan to the fueling depot.
Thank you, Thomas. I guess I was a bit uppity and too quick to judge. I've now realized how powerful steamies can be, and they should be treated equally as any other diesel.
One day, Thomas, Rajiv, Ashima and Noor Jahan were at the sheds when Charubala arrived.
A Bollywood movie is to be filmed today in the yards.
Thomas had never been in a movie before, but he had always wished to.
Rajiv, you have been picked to be featured in the film. And Thomas, you are to deliver the props and supplies.
Thomas was disappointed.
Yes, Mom.
I need all of you to arrive on time, so please don't be late.
And Charubala walked away.
Oh boy, I really wanted to be featured in my first Bollywood film.
Thomas, why would they pick a silly little Sodor engine? They are bound to choose a grand Indian engine with a beautiful crown like me.
Ashima and Noor Jahan rolled their eyes and looked away.
I get to be in a movie while you are only carrying some trucks.
Don't be too confident, Rajiv. And besides, at least carrying the props is a very important job.
And he puffed away. As Rajiv and Thomas puffed quickly to the filming grounds, Rajiv would not stop boasting.
Watch as all the people cheer for me when I am on the big screen.
But Thomas and Rajiv had to go through messy forests. Thomas managed to stay clean, but Rajiv was full of twigs and leaves.
Oh no, I look terrible. I have to go back and get clean.
But Thomas wouldn't budge.
Just keep going.
When they got out of the forest, a car splashed mud all over Rajiv.
I can't go like this. I can't.
Just keep going. We're already late as it is.
But at least I have my wonderful crown.
But that didn't last too long. There was a low-hanging tunnel. Rajiv raced right through it and knocked his crown off his funnel.
Oh no, my crown!
Yelled Rajiv.
Rajiv, we are going to be late. We can't stop right now to get your crown.
Oh no.
Rajiv moaned all the way to the yards. When they arrived, the director was disgusted. This engine is filthy. We can't use him in the film. Rajiv was very disappointed. Who is this little tank engine? He looks nice and clean. He would be perfect for the role. Thomas was very excited. He was going to be featured in his first film ever.
You mean it? Oh, thank you very much.
It's not fair,
Rajiv moaned. Thomas was fitted with a beautiful crown on his funnel. 3, 2, 1, action! And the filming was well underway. That night, when Rajiv was at the sheds, Charubala spoke sternly to him.
I am very disappointed with your behavior from today. I expect you to apologize to Thomas tomorrow morning.
Rajiv was disappointed.
Yes, Charubala, ma'am,
he said sadly.
I wonder how Thomas is getting along with his worldwide journey. I really miss him.
I heard his next stop is Japan.
That would be interesting. Thomas is very popular in Japan.
I heard they even have replicas built of him.
Speaking of Japan, I wonder how our good friend Hero is going. I haven't really heard from him ever since the reopening of Great Waterton. I hope Thomas will visit him.
Thomas had arrived in Japan. He was to reunite with his friend Hero at the station. After the reopening of Great Waterton, Hero returned back to his hometown in the Oegawa Railway, and he was excited to hear that Thomas was going to pay him a visit.
Thomas, you came back for us.
A tank engine always keeps their promise.
Just then, a new electric engine bulleted into the station. Thomas had never seen this engine before.
Who are you?
Asked Thomas.
The name's Kenji.
Hi, Kenji. I'm Thomas. I'll be visiting here for a bit.
Nice to meet you, Thomas. I work with Hero on this railway. Or should I say, I work with the master of the railway.
And Kenji raced off.
Master of the railway? Hero? Is there something you haven't told me?
Oh, Thomas, it's a long story.
Oh, please, Hero, please tell me.
Begged Thomas.
All right.
Hero cleared his throat and he began his story.
It was a very long time ago, before I even arrived on Sodor. When I was new to the Japanese railway, I hadn't even been painted yet. Back then, I worked with another engine. He was very rude to me. He would tease me because I was new and I could only shunt trucks, while he could take passengers. He made me very sad. Until one day, the snow fell very heavily, and that's when I heard a loud bang. Someone was screaming, "Help! Help!" I bravely followed the noise, and it led me to the mean engine stuck in an avalanche. I knew this was no time to play around, so I coupled to the back of him and pulled with all my might to free him. It wasn't long before I pulled him out of the snow. The engine thanked me, and he was never rude to me again. When I got back to the yard, the news had already spread. My controller, Sir Takabushi Hideki, praised me for my strength and heroic action. So they named me Master of the Railway and gave me a new black livery to represent my bravery.
Thomas was very happy for Hero, but he looked rather upset.
What's wrong, Thomas? You look rather down.
I just wished I was as good as you. I want to be a hero too. I want to be loved.
But Thomas, not all heroes wear capes. And besides, you're our hero in Japan.
I am?
Yes, the children of Japan love you so much they painted an engine after you on the Oegawa Railway so the children can be happy while you work on your branch line. You should be proud of your achievements, not compare yourself to other engines.
Whoa, I never thought about it that way. I feel much better about myself. Thanks, Hero.
Anytime, Thomas.
Now, I am very thirsty, and I'm going to go find the nearest water tower. Bye, Hero. What in the world?
Thomas was spending his day at his last stop in China. Tonight was a special night. It was Chinese New Year's Eve, and Thomas had to deliver some passengers to the celebration.
What a funny time of year to have New Year's Eve. On Sodor, we have ours much earlier.
Thomas, you have a lot to learn. Our New Year's Day depends on the moon, meaning it falls on a different day each year, and today is the biggest celebration in the town square. And I am going to be decorated for it. Oh, speaking of which, I must pick up the dragon. Goodbye, Thomas.
Wait, what dragon?
But it was too late. Yong Bao had already puffed away. Later that night, Thomas had to go to the celebration. It was very dark, and he felt very scared.
Dragon? What dragon? Young Bao must be going soft in the boiler.
Thomas soon saw Hong Mei parked in front of a dark, deep forest.
There's a scary shadow down there, and I'm too scared to go. And I need to be at the celebration.
Thomas thought the shadow looked like a monster. He felt very scared. But he knew he and Hong Mei had to go through the forest. So with one brave chuff, Thomas puffed in. It was very dark and very scary. But when Thomas got closer and closer, he could see it was Yong Bao. And he could see that the monster was just a dragon made from paper.
Oh, Thomas, thank goodness you're here. I've broken down. This is what I meant by picking up the dragon. It is a tradition every year to use this dragon for the New Year's celebration. But supernatural occurrences have been happening ever since we got this dragon. But that is nothing to worry about right now. We are going to be late for the countdown. Because you are our guest, Thomas, I think you should have the honor to take the dragon.
Thomas was very skeptical of the dragon, but he chose to oblige.
Oh, Young Bao, are you sure you want to use our dragon this year? Remember what happened last year?
Yes, it will be fine. Now let's go.
Thomas coupled up to the back of Yong Bao, and they set off. Thomas was amazed when he saw all the people celebrating. He even joined in with the countdown.
10, 9, 8...
7, 6...
5, 4...
And everybody cheered. And just like that, the fireworks began. After the celebration, it was time for Thomas to leave for Sodor. He said his goodbyes to Hong Mei and Yong Bao.
Young Bao, thank you for this wonderful time and teaching me about new things. But please, Young Bao, do tell me about the Chinese dragon.
Yong Bao quickly changed the subject.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, Thomas, and I hope you have a safe trip going back home.
Right, thanks.
Thomas was annoyed that he didn't get the answer to his question, but Thomas couldn't wait to head back home on the island of Sodor and see his friends. Thomas had arrived back on the mainland. He couldn't wait to see his friends. When Thomas was passing through a dockyard, he heard a loud crash. Thomas recognized the dragon from his previous trip.
Oh dear, sorry about that little tank engine. I don't know what happened. I think it just slipped off my hook.
What are you doing with this dragon, Mr. Toll Crane?
First of all, Beresford is the name. And second, tell me more about yourself.
Well, I have just come back from going all around the world, and I need to know where my friends are, like Percy and Toby.
Around the world, you see. That's weird. I just happened to unload engines from all around the world off their ships not long ago. And right now, I got this paper dragon all the way from China. I heard it has been doing very supernatural things. Probably why it slipped off of my hook. But that's not my problem.
I'm surprised a crane like you has been doing this job.
Burndam Docks was pretty backed up with work, so I had to help, even though it's not my usual job.
Oh, do you at least know where the engines went?
I remember them saying they were going to Knapford Station on Sodor for some grand event or something like that.
Then Thomas remembered.
The grand opening of the museum! All my friends must be there. I must go, Beresford. Bye!
Thomas quickly chuffed to Knapford as fast as he could. When Thomas arrived, he gasped. All his friends from around the world have planned a welcome back party for him. They all whistled and cheered. "Welcome back, Thomas!" they shouted. Thomas was overwhelmed with joy. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt spoke up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the grand opening of the Sodor Worldwide Museum. One we have been working on for a while, and this couldn't have happened without our good friend Thomas. We would like to all thank him for going on his worldwide journey, collecting artifacts. So, from all the controllers around the world, we would like to honour you with this medal.
Everybody cheered for Thomas. When the medal was slapped on Thomas's boiler, he felt very important.
I have been planning this surprise while you have gone, Thomas. I have gotten in contact with the controllers to invite these engines to the island of Sodor to surprise you. And here they are.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
So, Thomas, you have been away for a while. Would you like to share with everyone what you have learned along the way?
Well, I learnt that no matter how smart you feel, you should always listen to advice. Some instruments are sacred in countries. You should work with each other, not against each other. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. It's okay to feel homesick. Curiosity can lead to special things. Steam engines are just as useful as diesels. You should never be too overconfident. You shouldn't compare yourself to others. And finally, I learnt how to make new friends from different parts of the world. I'm grateful to have had this opportunity and would do it all over again.
Everybody cheered for Thomas. They were touched by his speech.
What a wonderful story, Thomas.
And everyone agreed. Soon after the party, Thomas was puffing back to Tidmouth Sheds. But he noticed something very strange.
Who would be silly enough to leave this here? Oh well. I'm too sleepy. I'm gonna go to my shed.